Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us for Access City Council. I'm your host, City of Las Vegas Communications Director David Riggleman. Coming up on this show, a restaurant serving up hope and making a splash in the community. Plus, we'll introduce you to the newest members of the Ward 1 team. Joining us to discuss this and more is our Ward 1 Councilman and Mayor Pro Tem. You know who it is, Brian Knudsen. Welcome back.
Thank you very much.
How you doing? Summer. How are you doing?
Fantastic. It's been a wonderful summer.
So far, so good.
So far, so good.
You beating the heat out there okay?
We're plenty of time in the pool and
Outstanding.
Staying in the shade. We're doing great.
Kids are doing well this summer, enjoying the break.
Andrew is at the Rainbow Youth Theater Camp right
really
now
great.
as
Good
we
for
speak.
him.
He loves it. City does a great job at camp, so if anybody ever questions, I always say, take him to a city camp. They're always his favorite.
Great advice, and I think he's a budding thespian. I got a hunch.
He definitely is, yeah.
I know what I'm talking about here. So, well, MPT, for folks out there, if you don't know where Ward 1 is located, don't worry, we're going to show you on the map. The Mayor Pro Tem knows it like the back of his hand. It's area that he represents, but if you're trying to figure that out for yourself, basically this is Ward 1. It's our area just west of the downtown, but goes all the way out to the northwest. You have an area that goes all the way out to Cheyenne. If you live in that area or work in that area, of course, then you're in the city limits of the city of Las Vegas. And if you're a resident out there, you, of course, are represented on the city council by Brian Knudsen, who is our Mayor Pro Tem as well. So Mayor Pro Tem, first up, you have some new interns this summer working with you. I love this. Let's meet them right now. You want to do that?
I would love that.
We're excited to welcome Ayanna Castro and Caleb Reed to the show. This is Ayanna and this is Caleb over here. And you always give students an opportunity in the summer to kind of get acclimated to, by the way, welcome you too, to city government, what we do here and kind of flavor.
So there's two reasons for interns. The first reason is I don't know if you remember back in 8th grade, 9th grade, you go through like federal government, state government,
Yes.
social studies.
Yes.
They do not teach local government at any point in school.
It's true.
So I think it's really important that people understand what local government is. We have a far greater impact on quality of life than most people realize.
Yeah.
The second reason is because I try to pick up one major issue that I tackle every year, and I usually have someone younger that has more energy than me that can give me a different perspective. And so usually it's been healthcare related, mental health care related. This summer it's Council of Governments. And so the young interns here are going to help kind of craft a presentation to a regional board about why we need a Council of Governments here in Southern Nevada.
Very nice, very nice. Well, let's meet those interns again. Ayanna, you're a student at Arborview. Tell us about yourself. You're going into your junior year?
Yes, so I'm going into my junior year. I'm the student body vice president at Arborview High School. I'm on the varsity cheerleading team, and I'm also a part of Honor Society.
Wow, busy.
Yes, very busy.
And now, why were you interested in working with the Mayor Pro Tem this summer?
I'm just interested in learning about basic city, kind of like what they do, basic government. I've learned a lot. It's been really interesting.
Very good. What's been the most interesting part so far?
Something
that really surprised you?
I like sitting in on the meetings, listening to the new bills that are going to be passed and the ordinances, and like seeing what is important about each of those.
And how it's going to affect the community. Yeah, good for you. And then Caleb Reed, welcome to the program yourself. Now, you are from Las Vegas, but you go to school in California, right?
Yes, I do.
Tell us about that.
It's a boarding school in California. It's like a JROTC structured school, so there's a lot of discipline structure there. So.
Army Navy Academy, right? And so are you interested in going into the military when you get out of high school? You're going into your what year in high school?
My senior year.
Senior year. So you're a senior this year. So are you interested in a military career after that?
I'm not interested in a military career. I'm more interested in like the structure and discipline and making sure.
Interesting. So what do you think you'd like to do once you go off to college?
I would like to study economics in college.
Would you? Okay. Well, you're in a good opportunity because economics are a main part of what we do here at the city all the time, making the budget balance. People don't realize at the local level, we can't have a deficit. We have to balance the budget every year, unlike the federal government, and it becomes a challenge sometimes, doesn't it?
Yeah, I do, but I think Caleb's particularly interested in making money. And so it's good if you want to make a lot of money, but understand how the rest of the community works and how we all work together and how your future tax dollars will continue to provide for services the entire community needs.
Very good.
And what's great about the two of them, and we have a third one, Chloe, as well, is it's just a different kind of energy. So a lot of my time is spent with older residents who have time on their hands, who are interested in what the city is doing or angry about what the city is doing.
Yeah.
Whereas younger folks have ideas and thoughts and energies about what they think the city should be doing. And it's just a good dynamic for me. So I really appreciate the fact that they're taking the time to teach me.
Yeah, very good, very good. Well, the Mayor Pro Tem's assignment is this Council of Governments. So Ayanna, talk a little bit about that. Kind of how do you envision this coming together?
So Council of Governments is basically an association made up of elected representatives, so that could be city, county level, and they basically focus on regional or local issues within the community. So it's kind of a way to get a whole bunch of local governments to focus on one issue.
Very good. That's a challenge. Caleb, maybe talk a little bit about that, because Mayor Pro Tem and I know firsthand that sometimes the different local governments are kind of going in different directions and trying to get them in sync. Your boss here works hard to do that, but sometimes it's difficult because everybody has different priorities. And so what are some of your thoughts, maybe you and Ayanna, on how to kind of get governments maybe more connected, working, kind of pulling all in the same direction? You guys talked about that.
Right. So it's like a real collaborative effort, and I think one of the main kind of highlights of it would be that a council of government is more attractive for state and federal funding. And so because we're more unified, we'd be able to pull in more funding.
Right, exactly. That's one of the things you always talk about, because you kind of pool the resources versus competing for them, you know. So.
And we're going to talk, I think, right now it's the Regional Planning Coalition. We're morphing into the Council of Governments for Southern Nevada. And we're going to talk, I think, at our next meeting about how we can identify common issues and strategies, particularly around housing, to inform the state legislature around what state laws could be passed to make it easier for us to get more housing into Southern Nevada, instead of fighting with the state and fighting locally around where housing goes and how it goes in.
Well, very good.
And funding. Don't forget the funding.
Exactly.
That's why Caleb's here.
Economics.
More
Yeah,
money.
That's right.
Money.
Exactly. Make it all balanced. I like that. Well, Ayanna Castro, Caleb Bree, thank you so much for being on the program.
Thank you.
Anything else you guys would like to add? We have a few seconds left. Anything else you want to say before we say goodbye?
No, not really.
Okay, very good. Caleb? Well, good luck this summer. Best of luck with
you.
what you're working on. It's important work. And thank you for giving them the opportunity to make a difference in our community.
Someone's got to take our place sometime.
Historically right, especially as you get up to my age, you know.
And my age.
So, Ayanna, Caleb, thank you so much for being with us. Folks, we need to take a quick break, but coming up, we're going to tell you about a nonprofit empowering youth who need a second chance. It's right after this.
A full life, measured in seats, starts with the right ones early on. Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Learn how to prevent deaths and injuries by using the right car seat for your child's age and size.
Welcome back, everyone. Our next guest is changing how restaurants serve the community. Joining us with more is the co-owner of the Blooming Bistro and founder of the Restaurant Hospitality Institute, Mr. Mark Steele. Mark, welcome to the program.
Hello, hello.
He also brought with him today a very special guest. We're excited to welcome Scarlett Turner to the show as well. Scarlett, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
Mayor Pro Tem, I know you were excited to have these folks here because Blooming Bistro is not just your average restaurant, is it?
So I want to talk a little bit about kind of how Blooming Bistro came to be for me. I got a call from Samantha and Kim Riggs at the state of Nevada, probably I'm going to say a year and a half ago, 2 years
Samantha's
ago.
Mark's sister.
Samantha is
Yeah.
Mark's sister. And it started with the state of Nevada called and said, hey, we're going to work with Samantha. We're going to work with the Blooming Bistro. We're going to give them some additional funding to help get this restaurant up and running, and it's in your ward, and we want you to help. And my role is in this whole endeavor was very simple. As I worked with our building and safety department, I worked with our economic and urban development department to make sure that the city was responsive to the needs, because we wanted to get the restaurant up and running because it's reflective of what the state's desires are. And so one thing that I'm most proud of is it's right here in Rancho and Charleston. It's
Right near
a mile from my house. It's right across the street from the medical district. And so it's in the right place at the right time. And I'm going to let these two folks talk about what they are and how great they are, and then I'll talk about why it still continues to be important to me now.
So much. Well, let's start with Mark. Mark, what is the Blooming Bistro exactly? Why is it so special?
Well, I'll start out by saying that, yes, it's on Rancho in Charleston, and my sister and I are both fourth generation restaurant hospitality specialists, and actually our parents owned a restaurant in that same shopping center called the Aristocrat. So some of your viewers may have heard of that, or maybe you've even heard of that.
Very well, yes.
So that was it's located on the other side of there. So it was a nice natural fit to be able to find the location almost right off the bat. So when the Aristocrat first opened up, it was right around the same time that the Review Journal Best of Las Vegas surveys were coming out, and it won Best Restaurant in Las Vegas
it did,
the first year it came out.
Yeah, for good reasons.
For good reason.
Yeah.
So it seemed like a natural fit to be over there.
Sure
so
did.
We had been planning this for probably about a year and a half, as the councilman said, and it is a restaurant that we're dedicated to employing second chance adults and at-risk youth. And basically the first step is they go to Restaurant Hospitality Institute, which is a certified school that I own here.
Your group, yeah.
It's my group. We've been open for about 10 years now, hard to believe, just past the beginning of the year. And we are a commission on post-secondary approved school where we basically train people restaurant aptitude. We have 3 different programs approved by the state. One is our entry-level program. We have a next level, and we also do alcohol awareness cards, which you might know also as TAM cards.
Yep.
So, in theory, the clients come to us, we train them, and they go into the restaurant. They work from anywhere from 3 to 6 months, and then we'll get them at that point. We'll use some of our connections that we have around town. And
But you have a few, yeah?
I've had 1 or 2, yes. I've been here for quite a long time myself, over 50 years myself. So where I was working at the Aristocrat, I have pictures of myself as a little kid with a bow tie, younger than Scarlett over here. So the whole idea is to get them in, and then after they get 3 to 6 months of actually real training, and they have their work cards, they'll have their alcohol awareness cards, they'll have their health card, and they are ready to go into the workforce. So for a career. And restaurants before always used to be kind of like a job that you fell into, or just people with a good personality. But nowadays it's here in Las Vegas, it's a lifelong career.
And it's so competitive too to find those jobs as well. Well, Scarlett, it's a pleasure having you on the show as well. Can you tell us? Are you comfortable telling us? How did you come in contact with the Blooming Bistro, and how's it helped you?
Well, I first heard of the Blooming Bistro my junior year. I went to Mission High School, which is Las Vegas's recovery high school. And so Samantha came in one day and was like, they pitched this idea to us about a recovery restaurant, being able to work there and being able to work around our AA meetings and our school requirements, because at school we had to do 2 a week, and so we had to work that into our schedules. And so she pitched it to us, and I was like, yeah, I'm on board. So we started with training at RHI, where I got my health card.
Great.
They helped me learn how to communicate with guests. I got my alcohol handlers, and then we started doing work at the bistro. And then Sam has helped me a lot with what I want to do. I'm going to UNLV in the fall.
Good for you. Are you in the hospitality program?
No, I'm doing marketing actually.
Oh, good for you.
And Sam has hooked me up with one of her friends, Robin Piot, who did some of the marketing for Planet Hollywood.
Oh.
And so she's
a little operation.
Yeah, just a little bit. And then she's helping me right now get into it and figure out what I want to do. And then we're also going to be working on some things for the bistro, me and her.
That's perfect.
Yeah, it's been a lot of help.
Well, good for you. What have you enjoyed the most about working at the bistro and the whole program?
I think definitely my coworkers. Everybody there, it's like a family, and it's really fun. We'll work, and then we'll have stressful days, but we still go in the back and joke around.
Yeah.
And it's still a good environment to work in. I'm not I have to go to work.
Yeah.
It's I get to go chill, not chill, but go have fun while I'm working. Yeah. So I think that's really good.
That's the best kind of job to have, absolutely. Well, best of luck to you. That's terrific. Mark, I got to ask you, how did you and your sister come up with this idea and get it started? I mean, what was the impetus?
Well, actually, I've known her for a while, right? And she worked in the restaurant business for a long time as well. Mm-hmm. Actually was an employee of mine a couple times. And so as I opened up RHI and I was starting to get all these approvals and government kind of support that can help people out, she turned to the nonprofit group, and she was working in the nonprofit sector for quite a while, which is how she got hooked up with you and knew all the nuances and things like that. And I think Samantha just kind of turned around one day and was like, you know what, I think I want to open up a restaurant. And I'm like, you sure? Opening a restaurant is hard.
Yeah.
And
Tough
you know,
business.
it's a tough business for sure. And but you know, with a lot of the support that we've gotten, and with the influx of and people taking on to the program and having fun at work, and you know, that trickles down to the guests as well. So you know, one of the things also is that we kind of wanted to form our business model a little bit different than a lot of other restaurants, since we do get a little bit of support from the hierarchy here in Las Vegas, that we're able to kind of pass on a lot of the value to the guests. You know, all we hear about rising costs on the Strip, and you know, you can't find any values anymore. That we want things kind of in the opposite direction, to where you can come and you can have somebody that doesn't have to deal with a QR code, and you have somebody that's trained and a personality like Scarlett, and you get some good value for your buck as well. So that's kind of you know, so she started along, and she started the building stuff, and here we are a few years later. So
good for you, Scarlett, and good for you too, Mark, and your sister as well, Samantha. Mayor Pro Tem, I know you're immensely proud of this, and it's right there in your ward. You talked about the tie-in to the medical district. You made that connection as well.
So there's a couple of things. One, I always tell people I was a busboy for a week, and I didn't make it. It's a very difficult job, and so I think we should recognize like how critical that industry is. And the fact that we're training people to go into that industry, even if they, as that starting off point, and then they go somewhere else. We always need people in restaurants, especially in Las Vegas.
Good people too.
The second thing that's very important for me, for everyone to understand, is they named a dish after me. Now, who gets to have a dish named after them? And so I'm immensely proud of the fact that there's a dish named after me, and I want it to be successful. So I would like everyone to go out and get the Councilman Knudsen dish. It's jasmine rice, it's vegetables, and you can add protein, and I always get salmon on it. But what's nice for me is it's a very hefty meal. It's big, and so one meal lasts me like 3 meals, and so it's delicious. I always get it to go too.
I am not surprised, because that sounds very nutritious, very healthy,
wonderful,
reasonable in calories, and high in protein. That's you.
And I'm competitive. I want that Councilman Knudsen dish to be like their best-selling dish.
Exactly.
So they have a star on it or something like that, saying it's a bestseller.
Well,
so when you
come
go
by and order
there,
10 a day, and then it'll be number one. So.
That's how you win. So.
But it is next to the medical district, and that's one of the things that our city is really pushing for, is additional restaurants and amenities within the medical district. So this is within walking distance. This is close by for the nurses, the doctors, the healthcare professionals. My job is to bring more restaurants into the medical district. The Blooming Bistro connects well with everything that's important to me, everything that's important to the city, and especially what's important to our community right now.
So you get a great meal, and you're doing something great for the community.
And we supported the state of Nevada, and we're supporting our local community.
Yeah.
It's everything fits.
Yeah. Scarlett, we just have a couple minutes left. For somebody out there watching who might be struggling with maybe an addiction, tell them about this program. Maybe tell them about the importance of getting into something like this, and how it can help you get on a different path.
Well, it's been great to have the support and the opportunity to, like, while you're going through it, to have people help lift you up. Like they always say, we don't kick our wounded. We don't kick people while they're down. And the Blooming Bistro hasn't. They help lift you up while you're going through what you're going through. It would have definitely been harder to get another job and go to school going through AA while I'm 15 and 16 without the bistro. So it's definitely just been a big help to have support, and just to take the opportunities that I took. Every opportunity that was presented to me.
Look what it's done.
Yeah, so I think the biggest thing is just letting people support you, and like taking the opportunities and taking the risk.
And Samantha coming in, talking to your class, it was that was the turning point.
Yeah, it definitely was.
Well, good. Well, congratulations to you. Thank you for sharing your story with us. Best of luck to you. I think you're going to do very well. You're on your way. Mark, congratulations to you and your sister. This is just terrific. It's one of those things, I just want to go buy something there and get a meal right now.
Councilman Knudsen Bowl.
Yeah, I'm getting it.
I'm sure the other meals are great too, but the Councilman Knudsen Bowl, that's the one you want.
I'm going in there, so I want to support it, and I think what you're doing is great. Mark, we're just about out of time. Anything else you want to add before we have to say
Yeah, maybe just one last thing is, I know that Scarlett's going to be going into marketing, but those who have worked in the restaurant business even only for a week or so, you know, you said you've been busting tables for a week. I've been doing it for about 50 years, regardless what or about 40 years, regardless what the uniform is. But you know, I think that skills that you learn in a restaurant business, which might have been a week, might have been 3 or 4 months at the Blooming Bistro, are kind of skills that you can take with for life, right? Meeting people, high stress situations.
Multitasking. I was a server, and you got a bunch of tables going at one time. Everybody wants something.
Cash handling, sanitation, basically everything that she's learning today. At some point, she's going to be like, "Wow, I kind of started out learning some of that stuff at the Blooming Bistro," and that crazy Mark guy all the time.
You too, Mark Steele. Scarlett Turner, it is a pleasure having you both here. Best of luck to both of you. Congratulations on your program. It's terrific, and thank you for bringing them onto the program with us. So.
And the Councilman Knudsen Bowl. Go out and get one today.
Go out and get one today. That'd be sure. Councilman Knudsen Bowl. So.
Yes.
With the protein you can add. So.
Yes.
Thank you both very much. When we come back, we need to take. We're going to take a look at some upcoming events in Ward 1. It's right after this. Please stay with us.
In the small town of Elmira, New York, a boy was born into an all-American family. The odds of him opening his own clothing store at the age of 18? 1 in 138,000. Excited to be a part of pop culture, he packed for the big city. The odds of finding someone to invest in his vision? 1 in 4.5 million. The odds of him achieving his dream in the fashion industry? 1 in 23 million. The odds of having a child diagnosed with autism? 1 in 68. I am Tommy Hilfiger, and my family is affected by autism. Learn more at autismspeaks.org/signs. Early diagnosis can make a lifetime of difference.
Welcome back, everyone. Mayor Pro Tem, let's talk about some things that are going on in Ward 1, have taken place and are going to take place. We're going to talk about Las Vegas Fire and Rescue Technical Rescue Team. You honored them here back at the June 18th City Council meeting. I recall that. You did some work with them out in the field, too.
They deserve to be honored, and I asked them if I could be a pretend victim. So they hung me out of a tree, and I hung out of a window in a building, and so they rescued me. And then they did this great thing is by showing the council members kind of what they do. So we got to break windows of cars and break doors off of the cars to save people, and we got to put out fires. And I think that's really important for us as elected officials to understand what they need and what their training looks like.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they're the ones, if you get in a major car accident, they're the ones who are going to come out and pry you out of your car. Mm-hmm. If you're stuck in a palm tree, they're the ones who are going to save you. If you're stuck in a burning building, they're the ones who are going to rappel down and pull you out. And so I really greatly appreciate everything they do for our community, and I thought other people should know what it is that we are at the city.
Well, you put your mouth where your heart is, because you went out and you got up in a palm tree. You know, we had sometimes palm tree trimmers will get stranded up there. It can be very dangerous. Sometimes they'll suffocate because of the weight of the fronds. And you went out there and took part in being the victim that they brought down. So,
I was pretty high up there, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm glad you survived that okay. And then Mayor Pro Tem, Crisis Stabilization Center. Talk about that a little bit. There was a ribbon cutting out over there on June 24th.
So we've been talking about this, I think, for the last 2 years. I've worked very closely with the state and the county on a crisis system. The county purchased a building using ARP funds a couple of years ago, and they just got the building open. This center over on the east side of town is really intended for individuals who are struggling with an acute mental health issue. It could be a drug and alcohol issue, but it's intended to bring them off the street. And we don't want to bring them to jail. That's not helpful. We don't want to bring them to a hospital. They don't need that. So this is a 23-hour stay where they can sit in a Barca lounger, get a meal, get a shower, get connected to services, and hopefully get to a better decision-making time.
You and I talked about in the past just what a lack of these services we have here in Las Vegas. Mm-hmm. So this is filling a huge, huge need.
And it's the first one. We probably need 2 or 3 in Las Vegas. And over the next year, we'll train our police officers, our firefighters, our community around what to do if you see someone struggling with an acute mental health issue. Because we don't want to bring them to jail. That's not helpful for anybody.
Right, exactly right. Exactly right. How to recognize it as not only as first responders, but as a community as well. Well, excellent on that. And then, Mayor Pro Tem, you have some upcoming events that we want to tell everybody about. The Community Connections with Neighborhood Services is taking place on Wednesday, August 27th. What is this exactly? What are we doing?
Neighborhood Services does a really great job of trying to give neighborhoods the services and tools they need to make their neighborhood better. And so they talk about how to form a neighborhood association, what services are available from the city, what grants are available from the city, how to connect with not only my office, but the neighborhood services team to really do everything you can to beautify your neighborhood.
Yeah, it's going to be August 27th from noon to 2 at the Rainbow Library. That's at 3150 North Buffalo. Always kind of crazy on that. The Rainbow Library is actually on Buffalo, right there at the corner of Cheyenne. But this is a great way to get connected and get kind of plugged into what's available to you out there.
It's also good to connect with other neighborhoods because, believe it or not, every neighborhood's just a tiny bit different, has a different kind of character and culture, and kind of learning from each other is very helpful in this community.
All right. Well, good program. You always have good programs. So, Mayor Pro Tem, we're just about out of time here, but we always want to tell everybody, we always want to hear from you, of course. So if you have something you'd like to share with our Mayor Pro Tem, Brian Knudsen, you can give him a call. His number is 702-229-2299, or you can send him an email at bknudsen@lasvegasnevada.gov. Mayor Pro Tem, it's great to have you on the show. Good stuff, good show today. I thought the Blooming Bistro discussion was really good. And you got 2 great interns as well this summer.
It's a great summer. I appreciate being here.
All right. Well, very good. We'll see you in 6 more weeks.
Thank you, Dave.
We'll do it again. And folks, in the meantime, you can also visit the Ward 1 website or subscribe to the Mayor Pro Tem's newsletter. Don't miss our next show, by the way, on July 24th with Councilwoman Olivia Diaz. City of Las Vegas TV is streaming now. You can catch all of our shows on YouTube at City of Las Vegas TV. You can also join us online at lasvegasnevada.gov/connect. And be sure to check out that newsletter I mentioned. You can subscribe by scanning the QR code in the credits at the end of this very show, and you'll get plugged in. All right. Mayor Pro Tem, we'll see you in 6 more weeks. Thanks again for watching, everyone, and we will see you next time around.